Yes, sir. It's your boy AL. We back at you again with some crazy work, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what the hell Dr.Umar talking about today with this millionaire, billionaire shit, y'all. Y'all need to listen up. For real, we got some crazy work for y'all. Let's go.
Let's go. Krazy Work Podcast. This your host, Big Slim.
It's your boy AL, a legend. We back at you again on a Good Friday with the crazy work for y'all. Let's go.
What the hell is Dr. Umar talking about, though, bro?
bro, got some real shit going on out here, bro. Like I kind of, I don't know, bro, may open me up to some shit a little bit, but we're going to get into this.
Another conversation, okay? But nonetheless, they don't care. So if we want to control the youth, we got to control them through the people they listen to.
But I think that makes sense, though.
It don't make sense because the entertainers are more controlled by the white power structure than you and I could ever be. Look at what they make. Look how much they make. And more important, look who they make it from. When I saw LeBron James go public when Israel invaded Gaza, and LeBron James issued a statement, and he said that I stand with Israel. Now, you're supposed to be an activist, LeBron James, and I respect you. Him and Bronny, I love seeing them on the court together. I love that father-son situation as long as I don't catch Bronny bunny hopping. But nonetheless, LeBron, how can you as a black man with all we've been through, how could you dare go public and stand with Israel in their genocide against the Palestinian people? LeBron James was wrong for that, but he had no choice because his dealings with that community financially dictated that he stand with Israel.
Hey, bro, if that wasn't some powerful talk, y'all. Like,
I mean, Dr. Umar be snapping. I ain't gonna hold you.
You know,
it goes in.
And the big question is, do black millionaires and billionaires have enough power to create black-owned institutions without being controlled by white power structures, brother?
You know what's so crazy? Where was Donda at? That was across seas, right?
I'm not sure. Isn't that Kanye's situation?
Kanye's school. I think that shit was across seas. The same thing with Oprah Winfrey. I think they put their schools in like Africa and all of that shit. They ain't in America though. You know what I'm saying?
He's speaking on his issues because he's trying to put a black school in the middle of Philadelphia.
But wasn't Puffy trying to do that shit? Diddy was trying to do that shit too before he got locked up.
I can get into that interview as well because he spoke on that. The reason why they may have locked Diddy up because Diddy was starting his own black political caucus. And it's getting a little deeper, bro. But, you know, Dr. Umar is a smart man, not a young man, but a smart man that has a lot of theories and makes a lot of sense. And sometimes it may not make sense, but on this particular case, I think it makes a lot of sense to me.
I think it makes sense on just the fact that, you know, everybody's saying that in order to gain some type of fame in America, you got to lose something. I don't know if that's like from a sellout point of view, like, or in some cases, I guess it's, you know, manhood, and in other cases, it's I guess the puppet master shit, you know what I'm saying? Where they controlling everything that you say and do, or you're going to lose this sponsor, you're going to use this deal, you're going to lose something, you know what I'm saying, financially. So I don't...
Do you think that the Diddy situation, I'm not, you know...
Silencing?
I mean, yeah,
him?
Do you think this is a kind of an example of that? I'm not saying Diddy's not guilty of certain crimes or guilty because I don't know, but I mean, when we look at the theory of what Dr. Umar is speaking of right now, it's like, okay, really? Like, because we see this so often with our black millionaires and billionaires, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the black institution thing, I'm gonna get back to that, but as far as the control, it's like, you know what I'm saying? They spoke about the Diageo situation with Puffy and him. You know, I don't want to get back into all the deal. We're not gonna go down a rabbit hole about it, but we're gonna speak on this topic in particular, like, the Diageo and Puffy situation. He sued them for X amount of millions, over 800 million or whatever supposedly that he sued them for. And this is a big British company. And you know, these people from in that part of European, whatever white people they are, they're gonna prove to the black person that you're not bigger.
Hold on, whatever white person you are, what type of shit is that? Right?
Nah, whatever region of the world they come from. Let me put it to you like that, bro.
I know, but the internet is undefeated.
Yeah, they undefeated, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all understand what the concept is, what we speaking on, bro. Like Caucasians, you know what I mean? Like the people that's in control of a lot of things that you will never see, like. You know, that's the thing. They sweeping our black millionaires. Like, look at Diddy. Diddy had a long run. He would be more influential for like a Kamala Harris. Say he promoted her at some point if they didn't lock him up, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
how big would that have been for the black culture? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything he touched turned to gold.
So it was kind of ironic that he was caged around the time before the election, you know what I'm saying? Because he had a lot of influence going into that, so they heard. But, you know, we're going to get back on it has a lot to do with the topic itself. But what I'm saying is, do you feel that black millionaires and billionaires shy away from creating black institutions that's owned by black-owned, you know, money, black-owned government, black-owned everything, where nothing could be controlled by not one, you know, white power structure?
I think they have shied away from it, because if that was the case, it would have already happened. It already would have.
Do you think they're scared in some sense?
Hell, you see what they did to Marcus Garvey. You know about Marcus Garvey.
So the control is real. Like that makes the control that real. You know what I mean? I know this is a touchy subject to speak on for some people, but it's like it's a real subject, because you wonder why a lot of, you know, our prominent black men, even some of our leaders, being taken down. Because right now Trump has a vendetta on everybody, bro. It doesn't matter. He's turned apart everything right now. So, you know, we're just getting into this right now. But yeah, people, whatever y'all feel like you feel about the black millionaires and billionaires being controlled, you know, speak on that, comment on it, come like this, subscribe to this, show this love for this. Let's go.
Yeah, that's super crazy. That's super crazy, man. You know, you never know, like, really what business somebody has, though. Like, people sitting there, you could be a LeBron James fan and never know that he has business dealings in Israel. Like,
facts.
So nobody's going in that much on like financial paper trails to see what's going on. But I definitely feel like it's too many black celebrities that got a bag that, I mean, you just take 30 of them and they all donate $200,000. That's pretty much probably 2-3 schools right there, or a trade, you know. But you can't have too much power when you are
but it's crazy because, bro, I mean, they all expected to donate. You know what I'm saying? With a certain amount of money, you expected to donate. You have to donate because you've hit a certain amount of wealth.
Yeah,
you know
taxes
what I mean?
and all of that shit.
But for a black
avoid
person to obtain that type of money, those type of riches, and be that wealthy, you know, and like he said, who they're getting the money from, all of these millions, like the NBA players, the NFL players, okay, you're on a team, and guess who you controlled by? You're controlled by the owner of the team. Mm-hmm. The owner controls the coaches control the players. So it's some type of control on every level of success, even in the music industry where niggas is getting raped for all type of money throughout their deals and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Chain of command. It's going to be a chain of command.
So the control is real. We definitely have identified that part. You know what I'm saying? But for us to get out of that, I don't know what it would take for, you know, speaking in the black community, because we don't seem to have these problems in the white community, the Hispanic communities, like with this, like all of this that we're dealing with. We don't never hear about. But when you do, like, look at Vince McMahon, you don't even hear about his case, bro. We don't have those issues. They don't have those issues in that community.
Yeah. That's crazy work. That's crazy work, man. He said, long as I don't catch Bronny bouncing around with the snow bunnies.
He said, bunny hopping. Bunny hopping. It's too late, Dr.Umar. I'm telling you.
That was crazy.
It's too late. Bronny done had him quite a few snow bunnies in L.A. I'm telling you right now.
Shit,
take that to the bank. Probably his pops probably did too, but that's another story. Let's go.
So I wanted to bring up something that's trending, man. That situation with I think the company is out of Dallas, Texas is a company that on Monday revealed that they birthed 3 pups of the dire wolf breed that's supposedly extinct. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this video real quick so we can let the audience know what's going on.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back.
13,000
correspondent backed up and with the video
Hold up.
Turn now to that remarkable
I'm gonna go back.
Breakthrough. 1,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
Hold up. That sound don't even sound like it's supposed to be in America,
This is
man.
crazy work, y'all.
That's just
This is crazy work.
Man, if you hear that and you walking through the woods, what is you thinking?
Oh my God, y'all.
Listen, just a minute. This is. They took the DNA from a tooth and a fucking ear bone and brought back something that was extinct.
13,000 years, bro.
But you can't cure cancer. You can't get rid of COVID. You get what I'm saying? You can't. All of these fatal diseases that plague everybody all across the world. You can't get rid of none of this shit because you got medicine that people gotta buy that's making billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But you got money to reconstruct something that was already dead.
13,000 years ago.
Come on, man. Let me finish playing.
Come on, y'all.
A how 13,000 years in the making.
In
a
the
first
making.
for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life, a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Yeah, I'm pause it real quick.
They said this species hasn't walked the earth since 13,000 years ago, y'all. Do y'all really understand what they telling y'all?
This is crazy work, man. Listen.
Come on now.
Now let me break it down like this, all right? This wolf is 3.5 feet at the shoulders. 3.5 feet at the shoulders. Now their head is 12 inches long. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
And it weighs from 130 to 150 pounds. That's crazy work.
Yeah,
Do you think that's supposed to be walking around with humans?
Yeah. Why are they doing this?
Like we ain't learned from fucking Jurassic
So
Park
next thing
already.
you know, they're gonna be recreating dinosaurs walking the planet again. Like, what the fuck are we talking
We gonna
about?
tap into this shit. Let's finish this video and let's go in on
HBO's
it.
hit show Game of Thrones. ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas, where scientists are using genes from gray wolves to create dire wolves.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves. And we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, 7 months old,
though, right?
dire wolves Romulus and Remus eating well and getting bigger every day.
And David, the company tells us they're not stopping there. They plan to have woolly mammoths roaming the earth again by 2028. But critics argue that this de-extinction could harm fragile ecosystems. David,
wow.
Listen, that's why we had to play the video. We had to play the video. Now listen, bro, before you go in on their ass, right, I want you to understand something, right? De-extinction means it's the combination of certain techniques, which is genetic engineering, cloning, and backbreeding, right? So you doing all of this shit, right? And you talking about in the year 2027, the woolly mammoth is coming. What they left out, but they also is including, they trying to bring back a Tasmanian tiger. Never heard of that shit.
We ain't never gonna hear a lot of this shit because we wasn't 13,000 years ago, bro. They gonna, what the fuck, bro? Dinosaurs is coming back, y'all.
What's the point? Like you want cars to fly, you want bring back dinosaurs. You got Elon wanting to create his mind into AI robot. He don't what is that? Cryogenetics. Well, freeze the body, keep the mind alive, whatever, so you could you know what I'm saying, keep your lifespan going on. So it led me to the question, like, can man exceed his own limits?
Good question, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So now, that's kind of like, it's a scary topic because, you watch these movies to where man done so much that you can't stay on Earth. You got to go to another planet. You know what I'm saying? Or you create something that turns around, like the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. You create all these, what they're doing now, creating all these damn AI robots to go shopping for. You could stick your little Peter in one. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy,
they showed
bro.
us first in the movies, bro. They always show you first in the movies. You know, for the ones that catch on.
You watch Netflix? Last month, 2 months ago, every show that was trending #1 was something about a damn AI robot falling in love, a companion.
Yeah, some wild shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
What's that Lucy, some crazy.
Cassandra, all of that. Yeah, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? The actual movie companion. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot, man.
But this is right here is just like, this is groundbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
So check it. I was doing my studies, right, when I was looking into the dire wolf thing, right, and I found that this is not the first time, bro. In 2000, it was I think it's called Perennian Ibex.
This nigga been over here doing his due diligence.
Due diligence, you like, Umar, you hear that word?
This nigga, hey, y'all, my boy been putting in work, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now. Let's go.
But in 2000, this is like almost like the little deer with the straight back antlers or whatever, with Perennian Ibex. I wish I should have got a picture of it. But it went extinct in 2000. So in 2003, they tried to clone it again, and it died. The clone died shortly after birth, but it's technically like written down as if that's the only animal that's ever been extinct twice. So they calculated. So if they had the power to do this in 2000, now in 2025 they're saying, oh, we got 3 wolves. What the fuck you think they really got?
They got a lot of shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they have a lot. Like, this right here was just something cute for the people. Like, yeah, this little cute. Let's show them these.
It's gonna grow up and eat your whole house up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we ain't gonna show them the damn T-Rex down at the Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but they said that this wolf was an elite hunter. Like, it was what's that shit? The top of the food chain, basically. Like,
I'm pretty sure the caveman used the wolf to hunt with or something, huh?
Yeah,
if it was back that far in time, I don't know, man.
But what's the purpose of it?
That's a
you know what I'm saying? The purpose of it.
They said the Stone Age.
Listen, and the dodo bird. They bringing back the dodo bird.
Ain't that a dinosaur?
I don't know what the fuck a dodo bird is. The last bird I knew was extinct was the platypus duck or something like that, right? Wasn't it the platypus duck or something like
y'all
that?
People be careful, man. You might not want to step outside. Them dodo birds and shit swinging down, scoop your ass up. Nah, shit.
I did my due diligence again.
Okay.
Listen,
what the fuck you come up with?
They said the dodo bird was a disgusting bird. If you eat the motherfucker, it was tasteless and awful, dreadful, disgusting. That's what it said.
Oh, so that sounds like one of them.
Yeah, so black people ain't no new chicken about to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no exquisite ass chicken. It's a waste of time. But what's the purpose?
That's probably a family of the vulture. Then
it's a heavy bird. The bird is like 65 pounds. That's a fat. It's a fat bird. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it could fly. 65 pounds, that shit flying.
That's crazy work.
Big back bird, you know what I'm saying?
Big back axe.
Yo, that's crazy.
Dodo bird or something. Dodo bird, whatever the fuck you call it.
It's crazy work, man. All right, so, you know, I definitely want to shout out Jharris, man. This sponsor,
Yeah, man. Shout out our sponsor, Jharris Investments. Let's go.
I got tongue twisted, man. Today's episode is sponsored by Jharris Investments, man. Safe, secure, affordable housing, building up the community one house at a time, man. For real, for real. That link will be in the description at the end of the show. As always, y'all tap in with our brother.
Shout out to my boy Jharris, man.
Oh yeah, he's in town though. He be in the studio.
He's still doing it, y'all. He never letting up on you. He got to keep his foot on them necks, boy.
Damn right. We got 2 episodes coming up with Brody on the dollars and cents that he said he was
I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that, bro. I know y'all are too, bro, because we got some stuff to talk about. This money, y'all.
Damn.
Real.
That money on.
That chicken.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Bro, I was debating all day if I was going to bring this up, man, but it's going cool. It's going too trendy. It's too trending right now, and I hate to say that a death or a teen stabbing is trending, but it's all over social media, man. It's definitely crazy work because a lot of things that are happening with it. But you got the Frisco track meet stabbing with Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, 2 17-year-old boys. An altercation occurred in the stands underneath a tent, and there's two sides to every story and then the truth. So supporters started a GoFundMe for him. And as of Wednesday, I believe it was almost at like 285,000 or something like that. But GoFundMe started getting a lot of criticism from, I would technically say, non-black supporters or non-black people, whatever. So they removed his GoFundMe. So now that sparked outrage within the black and brown community because I believe George Zimmerman had a GoFundMe and they never took that down, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of back and forth that's going on, but I ran across this clip where they were speaking about it, and I thought it was different because you actually got a white man and a black man, and they're going at it about their particular beliefs and ideology from their own perspective. So we're gonna play this clip
of this particular topic.
Yeah, as far as the
situation.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people. It's almost like the world is divided. Some people are saying that Karmelo Anthony acted in self-defense. You know what I'm saying, being that he was bullied and there was more than one person, you get what I'm saying, that was coming at him. And then you got people that's saying, well, it was just a regular act of violence, you know what I'm saying, to where he was just the aggressor. He was the aggressor because he did have a knife, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into that video real quick.
Always bad and evil, black man always good, no matter what happens. The truth is, my feelings on this, if it was a white young man who brought a knife to school, went to someone else's tent, started being a jackleg, refused to move out, and then pulled out a knife and jabbed it in someone's heart, I would call him a murderer. And if a white kid did exactly what Karmelo Anthony did to a black kid, you would be out here marching in the streets.
Oh, no, I would not be.
People would be burning your life.
George Zimmerman.
Hold on. Well, that was kind of racist. Like, why the black man had to be marching in the street?
Why we gotta be protesting in the street every time somebody black get killed, bro?
That shit crazy work, bro. That's wild.
Trayvon Martin and put his hands on that kid who was doing nothing wrong. And you same white folks found George Simmons not guilty of murder when Trayvon was defending himself. Right here in Texas, you've had many cases where white men have been assaulted by black men. They use deadly force and they're not charged.
Why are you talking about something else?
You cannot tell me.
Why are you lying about my position, you despicable, shameless liar?
He was assaulted.
Hold up, man. Despicable, shameless liar. Now, they got a video out, actual footage at the track meet where you see the young kid, both of them, if I'm not mistaken, Karmelo and Austin there, and they're talking, and they asked, I think it was some older white guys that came and asked them to move. Now, this is a track meet. I don't know how not Austin, but I don't know how Texas track meets are or anything outside of North Carolina, but it's a school. So, you're going to have rival schools. You got one school over here, one school over there. That don't mean you stay on one side of the field. You know what I'm saying? People, the kids are going to mingle, you know what I'm saying, and mix up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
After they do their thing.
While the meet, you know what I'm saying? The boys trying to hide the girls trying to hide the boys from different schools. So it's no biggie for somebody else to be in the tent. But you can see the men getting aggressive, cutting the man short. The man, the young kid, Karmelo Anthony, was super respectful throughout the whole video that I seen. You know what I'm saying? He was also saying, like, I can excuse him if he's drunk, or is he drunk? I was just sitting here, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was very respectful. And then you see the older guy, like, what? I ain't really trying to talk. Like, his energy was just very harsh, especially for him to be an older guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back into this, though.
That young man was assaulted. He was threatened more than one time. He was asked to move from an area he had a right to sit in. He didn't approach nobody. He didn't threaten nobody. That young man, after being threatened continuously 3 times in a row, was punched in the face. He had a right to defend himself. So don't tell me that this young man can be threatened multiple times and physically punched and assaulted, and he ain't got a right to put his hands in self-defense on the person assaulting him.
All right, let me stop that real quick. All right, bro, we all done been in situations to where, and I don't want to make this a race thing, but at the end of the day, white people, Spanish people, black people, Asian people, there's still racism in America, period. And we all have our particular outlook on it because we might have been affected in a different way, in a different day and time, whatever. You might have been a younger, middle-aged, or older, but you might have came across a Karen or just a racist person, period. Like, and it is an assumption that black men always have a I didn't do nothing wrong. But nah, we got black people that actually do shit wrong. Like, you might just be a wild dude and you just the aggressive. White people got the same people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, people think white privilege. No, you got white aggressors and you got, the beta male that don't want no trouble. But then you got some whites that, I'm looking for that smoke. I need that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In a real way.
You really do.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a Chinese dude like bust your melon to the white meat. They were saying for nothing just because you didn't say excuse me or they was drunk or whatever the case may be. But when you dealing with kids, especially at a school, in this day and time, you got bullies, cyber bullies, physical in-school bullies. You don't know what was going on with these kids. If the white kids were being aggressive or the black kid was being aggressive. But the video shows the black kid not being the aggressor. Yeah. The white people had more than one. It was two brothers and I guess some older guys. So if you're gonna really talk about it, like they're trying to say that the media is spinning it to where Karmelo Anthony is just the aggressor.
Why would it, like, that's the whole big question.
But true.
If you wanna answer that, figure that question out, I feel like, it had to have been an issue that transpired somewhere before, because you don't just carry a knife around. But,
you don't.
He may have been threatened by something or someone before. I don't think, like they said, they came to him with it. He didn't bring that to them, you feel me? Like,
yeah, true. I mean, you can't duck the knife situation, a knife at school. Now, we in the Carolinas, we in North Carolina.
Do these kids know one another? That's the next question I would like to know, because if I feel like that would kind of sum it up a little more if they had some history or knew one another or maybe went to the same school, then I could possibly see why maybe he would have had a knife. But for a complete stranger, I mean, it's kind of, it's questions that both sides gonna ask. But I'm not gonna say, the little black kid, if he didn't do nothing like just intentionally run down on him out with the aggressiveness, then I don't see where's the blame at, because even if he had a knife, you would have never knew that if nothing would have never happened.
Yeah, you would have never known. I mean, but then look how many people walk around here in the Carolinas with a knife on their waist.
Or a gun.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. Like, you never know. So, I mean, at the end of the day, but they both come from good neighborhoods, like their houses is used, the lawns is manicured. We
don't know the situation. We do know young men do stupid shit, though. I've done dumb shit. I know, like, I probably took a gun or knife to school for no reason, just for fucking showing off on some dumb shit.
Look what
what I'm saying? Like, we don't know why we do dumb shit like that when we're that age. You know what I mean, bro? Like, bro probably didn't intentionally. He probably just toted the knife that morning on some, probably, let me get to school. You don't know what he dealing with, getting to the bus or however, whatever situation, y'all. We don't really know, but we know that he was defending himself. Let's start there.
Facts. Let's finish out this video, bro.
I didn't say
and he
that.
can use whatever forces necessary to
so
stop
much?
the attack.
Why do you just
You
lie
brought up Daniel
all the
Penny.
time?
You brought up Daniel Penny.
I did.
Daniel Penny choked the young man to death on the subway. Right. But that young man, he had assaulted anybody. He was making threats, but he physically didn't touch anyone. Right. This case was threats backed up by a physical attack and assault that this young man put on that young black brother. That young black brother had a right to defend himself when he was beyond threatened but viciously attacked.
Well, there's another key difference, right? Mr. Penny
myself,
had a guy, a crazy guy, going up and screaming and yelling and threatening to kill people, an unhinged guy that should have probably been in a hospital.
The same thing the white boy did to Karmelo Anthony.
Not screaming over you. Let me finish.
I don't want me to laugh, but they going in on each other, man.
A deadly weapon restrained him. And I said from the very beginning, there's a real question about where the line was drawn and what he did and if he was alive. Now, the medical examiner came out and they said it turns out that the fellow was still alive when Mr. Penny let him go. But that was a very nuanced situation. But here's a big nuance. I mean, something that you're ignoring is it didn't involve a deadly weapon. But let's talk about examples. So Daniel Penny put up a GoFundMe and it got taken down. Oh, it can't be up, right? The Anthony family, the wonderful Anthony family that raised this murderer, did such a wonderful job. This defender,
he ain't even been found guilty. It's been just preliminary hearing
for 2025, as you call them. They put a GoFundMe up for $100,000. It didn't get taken down. the moment, minutes after it got the $100,000, they jacked it up for more money because it's all just a con.
George
it's
Zimmerman
all just
raised
a con.
$1 million that was donated to him after killing Trayvon Martin. Kyle Rittenhouse, after he killed 2 people,
they made George Zimmerman rich.
Yeah, fact. I think he sold the gun too or something like that. Stupid ass.
Who killed Michael Brown? He raised almost $2 million. So don't tell me that when black folks decide to put money and support behind a young brother who didn't start a fight, who didn't threaten nobody, who was sitting where he could have right to be sitting, was threatened more than one time, was physically attacked.
Hold on, before he finishes, I know he going in, hold on. But remember you were saying about the black billionaires and all this other stuff and the power of control, right? Now, don't this seem like something that when black people supporting a younger black man that's locked up for an alleged, murder that he's not being able to defend himself on, now he reaches $285,000, they take it down. That's a way of control. You cannot get this money. But he just said Zimmerman raised $1 million. This control. Y'all want to start screaming on us for letting this black family get this money? We're going to take it down. Now the black family don't have the money. Now the man can't get the money to get a lawyer that's not a public defender who's not going to really fight for his rights, that's going to do the proper investigations and break down the motion of discovery and shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that's some bullshit, man.
That's some bullshit, bro.
It ain't even crazy work. That's straight bullshit.
He defends himself, and then all of a sudden, he's in jail for murder. But guess what, brother? We gonna stand behind ours like you white folks stand behind yours.
Okay, let me
that young brother was attacked.
I know you're yelling because you really get worked up when you're lying. But let me say, let me say very clear.
But then
you sound like Donald Trump.
Us killing
but when we defend ourselves, now, it's murder. Now the hell with that.
Firstly, George Zimmerman, absolutely a murderer. The officer that shot Michael Brown, there's evidence that Michael Brown attacked him. The question is, there's also some evidence that he was running away that was
but he just told him he's bringing up different topics, not talking about the same thing.
Hold on, Mr. Liar in Chief.
No, you're the liar.
No, I'm not going to lie about
white folk hate when black folks
You
defend
brought up
themselves.
George Zimmerman. He was prosecuted.
That's a
it
fact.
failed.
And white folks all white
He was absolutely a murderer, in my opinion. I disagreed with that outcome, just like I disagree with the officer that murdered Tamir Rice, not facing charges.
Found not guilty.
You act like, well, he was never charged.
A grand jury said not guilty. Let him go.
Here's the thing. You act like all white people have this one opinion. What we're only seeing in America right now is the only thing we see is the brazenness of some people. Obviously, it's not everyone that racialize every incident, and they look at it through the prism of race, right? And for you, if you flip-flop the races here, you would be screaming about the entire different thing, and I'd be agreeing with you that was wrong. But you make all of your decisions based on race. Then you lie and scream and talk.
Assessment
no, it's
here.
Not an assessment.
Because there's a white victim in this case.
It's not based on race, brother. Yeah. It's just based on facts, if you ask me.
It's crazy work.
It's like nowadays, bro, when it comes to topics like this, like with the young black dude, he's gonna be publicly convicted before he's convicted in court nowadays, bro. And it's crazy work, man, because if you some type of public figure, you already found guilty before, just like Diddy. You're publicly convicted already, bro, because everybody, he's going down because what they're putting out there, the narrative that they're creating. But, bro, we're living in some times and it's getting tighter and tighter, bro.
It is.
We got to tighten up our circles, yo.
And tariffs is going fucking crazy, man. I just seen when they said China getting 125% tariff. I don't know what that really entails, but it sounds like a fucking lot.
But I heard that he backpedaled a little bit.
No. This was on the news. They got 120. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay,
so he backpedaled on a lot of shit.
Here we go, y'all.
That's crazy.
But, we had that crazy work for y'all today. I know that. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Touching these topics on these black millionaires and billionaires, and it may come up some more in the future, y'all. But right now, we about to get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Because if it ain't crazy, then what the fuck is, man? Krazy Work Podcast, man. Gotta like, share, subscribe, follow all of that good shit, man. We see you next Friday.
Let's go. Peace.
Peace.
This is Krazy Work Podcast.